the most lethal prisoner in American history. Among the most lethal men to ever enter the United States jail system is Ricky Wassenaar. In 1986, he was initially sent behind bars for aggravated assault and armed robbery. 11 years later, he was freed, but he carried out another deadly heist only 35 days later. He was found guilty on 8 charges of aggravated assault and 1 count of armed robbery on February 5, 1997, after robbing a shop and engaging in gunfire with police during his attempted escape. He was given a 28-year sentence. Wassenaar, 40, and Stephen Coe, 39, both inmates at the Arizona State Prison Complex Lewis, utilized their kitchen staff assignment to try a violent escape on January 18, 2004. At the time, Stephen was wanted for a probation violation related to a larceny accusation and was serving a life term for a 1993 armed robbery and rape. The two used a handmade knife to assault a guard, took his uniform, and used electrical wires to restrain him and a civilian food worker. After shaving his beard and donning the pilfered guard uniform, Wassenaar deceived another officer into allowing him entry into the tower, where he subdued the 2 tower guards and took their firearms. Coe stabbed a guard who attempted to step in as he was fending off other guards. Coe joined Wassenaar as he started firing from the tower to cover him. They surrounded themselves with 2 jail officers and barricaded themselves inside. As captives, 1 man and 1 female. The subsequent 15-day prison hostage crisis was the longest in U.S. history. Coe and Wassenaar demanded things like handcuff keys and a helicopter. They consistently said the captives were unharmed and let negotiators speak to them. Behind closed doors, however, things were far worse. Wassenaar was eventually found guilty of sexually assaulting the female cop during the standoff. Wassenaar even threw soda and coolers onto the tower deck and requested pizza at one point. Hours of heated phone discussions were avoided by negotiators, who even played a taped plea from Wassenaar's sister pleading with him to surrender amicably. On day 7, the male officer was freed. On day 15, Wassenaar and Coe finally surrendered in exchange for a pledge to transfer the female officer to an out-of-state prison. At least half a century, it was the worst hostage situation at a U.S. prison. Wassenaar was found guilty on 19 counts, including escape, sexual assault, and kidnapping. He received 16 life sentences. Wassenaar returned to Tucson Prison in Arizona around 2025. In what seemed to be a calculated act, he killed 3 prisoners on April 4th, including 2 childbusters. Wassenaar allegedly confessed to killing his 81-year-old cellmate, whose death was initially determined to be natural, 1 month prior to the triple homicide. He was transferred to Amman prison following the killings in April 2025 and is still the only suspect, but without charges. Please share this video